Hello guys, and welcome to my, for the moment, not so very blind Let's Play of the Stanley Parable.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, this time I'm not gonna drop to my death.
Perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
How do you mean, her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Hello.
Gotcha.
Not really, I've seen it
come
before.
On. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
But I don't want to go inside.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Yeah, you don't get any choices here.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Yep.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
And press F.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press K.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press X.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Alright. Look at your face, press K.
But there is no answer.
Aww.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Yes, well, I've tried waiting for something to happen. I mean, waited for the narrative to sell. Maybe it does happen, but it took me too long. So, I mean, I didn't want to wait that long. So I'm just gonna press the M button straight away.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Alright, and welcome back. This time something quite different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Covered in
Stanley
forms.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, if these are memos, we can hardly miss them. Alright, but I think I've gone down most paths now.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
yeah.
He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
In the room before this, there's a mention on the board. I might have shown this in the first episode already. I think I already showed it in the first episode. Alright, in any case, broom closet
Stanley
here.
Stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
In the other room was a whiteboard that
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That mentioned a person that was actually locked into the broom closet and that had to be released. It was like a to-do item.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now.
Ha.
Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Thank you, game. I was kind of getting annoyed by that part of the sequence. Alright, another level. Good.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or does he? Yeah, this time he does. We've seen this probably before, but from this moment forth I don't really know what's gonna happen anymore, so it's a blind let's play again.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
So that is still the same.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. Lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Alright, so last time I pressed the on button and some kind of a countdown happened. This time I'm gonna press the off button, but I'm actually afraid that the exact same thing will happen, and I don't really know what to do in that case. Perhaps putting the pressing the 1 through 5 buttons in the right order in that case will help. Perhaps I have to push them in the opposite order. I don't remember if it was even possible to start with the 5th button. But anyways, off button, there we go. Alright, I see a few pixels on the screen.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Alright, I'll just wait until the... Alright.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation.
I don't control the camera.
Possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I don't know if you can see this, but apparently I beat the game because I get a Steam achievement. That's a rather short game, I have to say. I mean, I know that there's a lot of repeating and stuff, but simply exactly because of that, I would have expected there to be
A soft
more.
wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Right, so there's a rain sound in the background. I think you guys should be able to hear it. It's disappeared now. Two
When
doors
Stanley
again.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. Is there some kind of a different ending? I thought... I saw one of the
Yet
trailers
there
and
was not
it...
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
There was a mention in one of the trailers of a guy named Raphael. I haven't encountered him yet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ah, you haven't been here before. I don't know. I don't know if I can pick a particular direction. Let's try to aim for the up. So, I wonder if I finished the game, or... I mean, according to Steam I did, but... I paid 12 euros, about 12 euros for this game. And if this is it, I think it's... I mean, it's a great game, it's very unique, but I don't know if it is worth 12 euros. Then again, it's a fairly new game as well. So maybe if I just waited a bit longer, it would have come down in price. But yeah. But perhaps there is some kind of a hidden path that I haven't found yet. But I don't know, Raphael, maybe that's from one of the alpha version or something, and they removed it for some kind of some reason. This is, by the way, taking forever. I mean, it's not like I can. Brilliant. So that was pointless. Alright, great.
Here's the door, just go.
Thank you, game. And here again. I don't know. Now we get to the mind control center again.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I don't know. Going left is pointless. I actually don't know. I think I might have had most options, but
The lights rose on an
I thought there
enormous
would
room
be
packed
more
with television
content.
screens.
I
What
think I might do a
horrible
bit of
secret
research
did this
and
place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
try to find out if there is any more to this. If there is, I'm probably gonna make a few more videos. The good thing about this game is that it always has the same starting
Their
point.
true nature revealed.
So
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So yeah, if I find out that there's any more content to this game, then I
This
will
mind
be
control
playing, and I
facility,
just
it was too
start from the
horrible to
beginning
really
and try to find the
Had
different
Stanley
content.
really been under someone's control all this time?
But for now,
Was
I
this the only
am.
reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
But for now, I am gonna try to get the ending again. I mean,
No, he refused to believe
there's not
it.
much point
He
to it,
couldn't
but
accept it.
perhaps
His
something's
own life
different now,
in
or
someone
I don't
else's
know.
control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Yes, well, I already heard him say the rest of that conversation. Yeah, this is the ending again. There's the the end screen.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed
Yeah,
from the machine's grasp?
That
What other mysteries
might
did
be
this
some kind of
strange
content
building
somewhere,
hold?
but
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered
yeah,
to
they
him.
actually
For it was not
close
knowledge
off
or
that
even
particular
power
train of
that he
thought.
had been seeking.
I mean, it doesn't matter to the
Perhaps his goal had not
main
been to
character. It
understand,
doesn't matter to Stanley.
but
I
to let
mean,
go.
so why
No
would it be a
longer
part of
would
the
anyone
game
tell
from
him
this
where
point
to go,
forward?
what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I might actually go to the museum. Well, I don't know. I don't think I
Stanley
will
felt
go
the cool
to the museum
breeze upon his
because
skin. The feeling of liberation,
basically
the immense
I don't know.
possibility
There's
of
not
new
much
path
there
before him.
to.
This was exactly the way.
I mean, if there would have been a lot
Right
more
now,
to the game, I would have wanted to
things
go
were
back
meant
and
to
to
happen.
memorize and to remember
And
stuff
Stanley
that happened.
was happy.
But there's not really any point, I don't think. The game is too short for that. So instead, I'm gonna call this this episode to a close, and quite possibly the Let's Play, depending on. Let me just wait for the loading screen here. And instead, I'm gonna call this episode to a close, and perhaps even the Let's Play. Perhaps there will be one more episode, perhaps many more if I missed a lot, but actually I don't believe there will be. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully see you next time.